Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave, a professional mechanic and instructor at RaceX Academy, where we offer online courses on how to fix and maintain your car or motorcycle. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to change your brake pads step by step. Brake pads are one of the most important components of your vehicle's braking system. They are the parts that press against the brake rotors to slow down or stop your car or bike. Over time, brake pads wear out and need to be replaced, otherwise you risk damaging your rotors, reducing your braking performance, and compromising your safety. Changing your brake pads is not a very difficult task, but it does require some tools and skills that you may not have or be comfortable with. If you want to learn how to do it yourself, you will need a jack stands, a lug wrench, a socket wrench, a C-clamp, some brake cleaner spray, some anti-seize lubricant, and of course, new brake pads. Before you start, make sure you have the correct brake pads for your vehicle. You can find them at any auto parts store or online. Just let them know the year, make and model of your car or bike and select a pad in your price range. In general, the more expensive they are, the longer they last. Some very expensive pads with a higher than desirable metal content may be aimed at racing applications and can be noisy and dusty. 1. Also, make sure you check your brake fluid level before you begin. Open the hood and check the brake fluid reservoir. If it is full or near full, you may need to remove some fluid with a turkey baster or a syringe before you push back the pistons and the calipers. Otherwise, you may overflow the reservoir and spill brake fluid on your engine bay. 2. Now that you have everything ready, let's get started. Step 1. Remove the wheel. Park your vehicle on a dry, flat surface and install wheel chocks behind the rear wheels. Loosen the lug nuts on the wheel you want to work on with a lug wrench. Do not remove them completely yet. Lift up that corner of the vehicle with a jack and place a jack stand under it for support. Lower the jack until the vehicle rests on the jack stand. Remove the lug nuts and take off the wheel. 3. Step 2. Remove the slider bolt. Locate the caliper that holds the brake pads over the rotor. It is usually attached to a bracket with two bolts, one on top and one on bottom. The bottom one is called the slider bolt because it allows the caliper to slide up and down when you apply the brakes. Use a socket wrench to loosen and remove the slider bolt. 2. Step 3. Pivot the caliper up. Once you have removed the slider bolt, you can pivot the caliper up and away from the rotor. Be careful not to damage or disconnect the brake hose that connects the caliper to the brake line. You can use a piece of wire or string to hang the caliper from the suspension spring or strut. 2. This will prevent it from dangling by its hose. Step 4. Slide out the old brake pads. Now that you have exposed the rotor, you can see the old brake pads inside the caliper bracket. They are usually held in place by some metal clips or pins. Slide them out of their slots and discard them. Step 5. Replace the retaining clips. The retaining clips are small metal pieces that hold. Step 6. Push back the piston. The piston is the part of the caliper that pushes against the brake pad to apply pressure on the rotor. When you install new brake pads, you need to push back the piston to make room for them. To do this, you can use a C-clamp or a special tool designed for this purpose. Place the C-clamp over the piston and the back of the caliper and tighten it until the piston is fully retracted into its bore. Be careful not to damage the rubber boot that covers the piston. Step 7. Clean everything with brake cleaner spray. Before you install the new brake pads, you should clean everything with some brake cleaner spray. This will remove any dust, grease, or rust that may affect your braking performance. Spray some brake cleaner on a rag and wipe down the rotor, the caliper bracket, and the caliper. You can also use a wire brush or some sandpaper to remove any stubborn deposits or corrosion. Step 8. Apply anti-seize lubricant on the new brake pads. To prevent squeaking and sticking, you should apply some anti-seize lubricant on the back and edges of the new brake pads. Do not apply it on the friction material or the rotor surface. You can use a small brush or your finger to spread it evenly. Step 9. Put the new brake pads in place. Now you are ready to put the new brake pads in place. Slide them into their slots in the caliper bracket and make sure they are aligned with the rotor. Replace the retaining clips if they are worn out or damaged. Step 10. Pivot down the caliper over the new brake pads. Carefully lower the caliper over the new brake pads and make sure it fits snugly. You may need to wiggle it a bit to align it properly. Replace the slider bolt and tighten it with a socket wrench. Step 11. Put back the wheel. Put the wheel back on and hand tighten the lug nuts. Lift up the vehicle with a jack and remove the jack stand. Lower the vehicle until it touches the ground and then tighten the lug nuts with a lug wrench in a star pattern. Step 12. Test your brakes. You have successfully changed your brake pads on one wheel. Repeat these steps for the other wheels if needed. Before you drive away, make sure you test your brakes. Start your engine and pump your brake pedal several times until it feels firm. This will restore pressure in your braking system and seat your new brake pads against your rotors. Check your brake fluid level again and add some if needed. Drive slowly around your neighborhood and test your brakes at different speeds and conditions. Listen for any noises or vibrations that may indicate a problem. If everything feels normal, congratulations. You have just saved yourself some money and learned a valuable skill. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And if you want to learn more about how to fix and maintain your car or motorcycle, check out RaceXT Academy's online courses at racexd.com. They have courses for beginners and experts alike, covering topics such as engine repair, suspension tuning, electrical systems, diagnostics, and more. You can learn at your own pace from experienced instructors like me and get certified upon completion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.